Hello students, welcome to online classes of Shri Mahavir International School. In last video, students, I told you about the separation, the mean of separation and the why the separation is needed and different types of method of separation. So today we are going to start the hand picking method, which is also a type of separation, hand picking method. In this picture, as you see, a lady who is finding the undesirable stones, particles which are present in rice. So this process is called what? Hand picking. And here we can see in this method the undesirable solid substances is separated from the useful substance by hand, and it is used to separate the components of mixture when the undesirable solid differ from the useful components in shape, size and colors. Students, see, shape, size and the color. The condition is what? In hand picking method, that undesirable substance should be differ in shape, size and color. Then we are able to find out them easily. So in this method, applicable only when the undesirable solid is present in small quantity and the quantity of the mixture is also not very large. For example, your mother handpicks stone from pulses before cooking. After this hand picking method, there is an activity, students. What is the here? So let's see that take a handful of rice in a plate and handpick the undesirable components like the stones. Difference in the property of rice stones enable you to separate them. Simply, students, what you have to do, you have to take a pot like a plate you have taken. Okay, now you will put some rice. Okay, handful of rice. Then in that rice you will see presence of some stones, that particles you will have to only remove that particles by using your hands. So this simple process is called the hand picking method of separation. Now the next one, that is a sieving method. Sieving method is what? Simply, students, have you seen a construction work in your neighborhood anywhere? So where you have seen the gravel, okay, that gravel will be separated by a strainer, in which what happens, that undesirable substance will be retained on the surface of that strainer, and we can say as a net, and the desirable substances will will come out on the ground. So this process is called sieving. And at your house, have you seen the floor, okay, when your mother cook food? So let's see, in this method is used to separate the components of a mixture which differ in size. The condition is what? That the components which you want to separate, that should be differ from the size. Okay, the size should be different. A sieves which with appropriate holes size is used in this method. As I told you that simply you see a net like structure of wire, okay, and the same kind of the particles and the stones can pass through that net easily, and the other particles which are differ in size and larger in size will retain and remain on the surface. So this simple process is called the sieving method. For example, the sieves with the bigger pores are used as the construction sites to separate the stone and the pebbles from sand, and sieves with the fine pores are used to separate the bigger particles in flour. As I told you, the which flour which used to make the chapatis, bread. Your mother uses sieves to separate wheat bran from flour. Students, In this picture, we can see the how the sieving method of separation is applied. A person is separating the fine particles of stone from the larger. Next, one more activity is here. Now in this activity, what we have to do, take a bowl of the wet flour, but put a handful of pulses in it and put this mixture on a sieve. Move the sieves back and forth, and you will observe that the wet flour passes through that sieves and the pulses are left behind on the sieves. Students, wheat flour, you have to take wheat flour, a handful, and you have to take some grains or pulses. Okay, you have to mix them, and with the help of a strainer, okay, which has fine pores, you have to pour, and you will move little bit it, then the fine particles of flour will comes out on the ground. So this is also an activity of a sieves. By this activity we are able to understand the sieving method. Now the threshing. Students, have you seen some people, they do like this activity, and in machinery also? See, have you seen such type of machine? And here in Punjab, mostly people used to that type of. I hope you have understood what kind of function is going to be done by these machinery. So the function is what? The threshing. Threshing is what? It is the process of separating grains from their stalk by beating the stalk with the sticks or by allowing blocks to trample the stalks by using the machines. It's mean what happening in this threshing, separating the grains from their stalk. It's mean you have to remove the grains from the stalk by this method, and this method is particularly used in agriculture field, in big fields, and the threshing it is done by the using the threshers or the combined harvester. Combined harvester and the threshers are the machinery which helpful for the threshing process. Using the thresher or the combined harvesters is an economical and a more efficient way. Yes, more efficient way, because it takes a little bit time to perform that activity. And now the winnowing process. In winnowing, what happens? Let me show you a picture. See, a lady, what is she doing? See, in this picture, a lady separating the chaff from the grains. Okay, so in definition, what can we write? It is a method of the separating lighter components in a mixture from the heavier ones with the help of the force of wind. With the help of force of wind, we are separating the lighter part from the heavier. The threshed grains still contain the lighter fibers mask like the husk. Husk, it's like a chaff at the skin of the grains, okay, and with which the grain was covered inside the stalk. And the grain and husk are separated by winnowing. And while winnowing, the husk particle being lighter are carried away by the wind and form a separate heap at a short distance, and the heavier grains fall below and form a heap. It means there will be accumulation of different particles. One side there will be, let me draw a picture. If someone is dropping that from a height, then what happens? Okay, the heavier particles will be here, and the lighter particles will accumulate here, and the direction of blowing wind is like this. I hope you have understood. Now in activity 4, what we have to do, you can separate pieces of paper from cardboard pieces by winnowing. Take a sheet of a newspaper and a cardboard and cut them into the small pieces of the nearby the same size, and put these small particles in a tray and mix them and which on a table fan and raise the tray to the height of your the shoulder under the fan and tilt the tray so that the piece start falling down, and you will observe that the piece of cardboard fall closer to you and the pieces of paper fall away from you. In this activity also, students, the same thing you have to do, but instead of grains, you have to take what, that newspaper cutting, some small pieces of newspaper, and at same size pieces of a cardboard. You have to mix them, and what you have to do, you have to throw from a height. Then what will happen, the heavier particles, it means the cardboard will here and the newspaper particle will be here if the direction of blowing wind this. Now students, it's time to answer. Now you are able to answer. You have to find out the correct one. The grains are separated from stalk by winnowing and the threshing. Students, just think what I have taught you. The grains are removing from stalk. What kind of method is? This is the threshing. And in next one, in big field, threshing is done by using what? Threshers. Pure substance and mixtures consist of particle of one kind. Then one kind of particles will be in which type of mixture? No, there will be no chance in mixture. Same kind of particles will be in pure substance. Salt and soil is a pure substance. Then soil or salt? No, soil is wrong. Salt will be the answer of pure substance. Hand picking and evaporation is a method for separating solid substance from solid. From solid to solid, how can we remove? By using the hand picking method. Students, we have studied that how we are able to separate a solid from a solid mixture. Now, separation of insoluble solid substance from liquid. Now what you have to do, you have to remove that students. Now in this method of separation, you have to remove that insoluble substances from a liquid. For this we will perform that sedimentation and the decantation. See students, what happening in these two pots and vessels. Yes, this first one, that is a muddy water, and second one, that is a also muddy water, but after the what? Sedimentation. Yes, let me explain that sedimentation and decantation is what? This method is used to separate an insoluble solid substance from a liquid. Though by this method complete separation is not possible, you must have seen your mother soaking the rice grain in water before cooking them. And this method used by her is sedimentation and decantation. She does this to separate a rice grain from the lighter solid like the tiny pieces of straw and the insect. Students, have you seen your mother put some rice okay, in water together. Okay, then what happens after some time? After some time, that rice, okay, that rice will come on the bottom, at the bottom of that pot, and the lighter particles will float on the surface of water. So in this matter, what happens, that heavier particles have come downside and the lighter particles are floating. So this is also a separating method. And in muddy water, what happens, once you put some soil in water, that it become a muddy water. But after some times, what happens, the slowly that the stone and the soil will comes on the at the bottom. So this process, when the stone and the soil particles come on the at the bottom, this process is called what, sedimentation. And in this method, what happens, complete separation will not take place. Remember this thing, because in sedimentation what happens is a process in which the heavier particles of an insoluble solid in a liquid settle down at the bottom, and this mass of solid particles that settle down at the bottom is called sediment, and the substance which has come at the bottom, that is called sediment. And in decantation, what happens after the sedimentation? Decantation is also another method in which what happens, you have to remove the pure water which is just about that sediment. Suppose that this is the water, okay, this is the water, you have to pour that water in another beaker. So this process is called the decantation. So in this process, decantation, what happens, that flows the sedimentation. It involves the pouring out the liquid without disturbing the sediment, and the liquid that is poured out still contains some insoluble solid particles. Now here is an activity. Activity number 5. Take a glass tumbler and fill it half with the water and put some sand and stir it well. Leave it undisturbed for a half an hour. You will notice that the insoluble sand particles form a sediment at the bottom of the two tumbler as shown in figure A. Now the carefully pour the water above the sediment into the another container without the disturbing the sediment, and the water collected in a separate container will be cleared. Students, I have just told you this activity. In first, what happens? Sedimentation is taking place. Sand plus water are mixed in this jar, and in second one, what happens, the sedimentation has taken place. The sediment substances is here what, sand, and the pure is water. And in this method, what happening, this is the decantation, that pure water is the pure water pouring in another beaker, yes, without disturbing that sand. So this is simple process is called decantation. So students, during sedimentation, the heavier particles settle down very quickly, but the finer particles take longer time. Finer particles can be made to settle faster by the dissolving the small quantity of alum to the muddy water. This method is called the loading process. Students, loading process, in what happens in loading process, when sedimentation process is going to be taken place, but the fine particles will be still in that water. Then how can we clear that water? By using the alum in Hindi you can say fitkari, okay. By using that alum you can make that fine particles heavier, and that complete sedimentation will take place. Now the filtration process. Students, as we know that by using the sedimentation and the decantation, complete filtration will not take place. So in filtration process, another method, filtration process, you can use the filter paper. How? So let's see. In this process, it is the process of separating insoluble solid substances present in the liquid using a filter. For example, your mother uses a strainer to filter the tea leaves from the prepared tea, and some people tie a thin muslin cloth to the mouth of the tap and filter the mud and in the water. The filtration is also used to separate the pulp from the fresh juice and for preparing cottage cheese and paneer at home. Students, I hope you have understood. For example, you are using a strainer. Okay, you are using a strainer. You have poured the tea leaves along with the what liquid tea, and in a other container you have collected the liquid amount of tea. Then what happens here? The filtration process has taken place. By using that strainer you have done this. So this process is called the filtration. But suppose that if there are very fine particles, then how will you remove? For this you have to use the filter paper. So let's see how can we use that filter paper. In the laboratory, filtration is done using the filter paper placed in a funnel, and a filter paper is a circular paper with millions of the tiny holes in it and which are not visible with the naked eyes. For the filtration to be carried out, the filter paper is folded into the shape of the cone and as shown in the diagram and placed in a funnel. Students, let me explain how can we use the filter paper. See, you have to take a filter paper which should be round in shape. Okay, that you see in this picture. Now in second step, what you have to do, you have to fold like this. In third step you will fold like this. Now in fourth position you have given a proper shape like a funnel. Funnel is what? Funnel shape is like this one. Okay, now can you put this thing into that funnel? Yes, definitely we can put. Then if you have put, then okay, let's see, you have put here. Now if you pour a muddy water in that filter paper, and what happens, the drop by drop the filter, the water will be filtered, very clean water you will obtain. So this is the use of filter paper which is done in especially laboratories. Now the interesting fact is what? The liquid medicines are generally mixture. The heavier components settle down if the medicine are kept standing in the same position for a longer time. It is due to the reason that the doctor often recommend to use to shake the bottle containing the liquid medicine before use. Students, usually your doctor said that if you are taking a liquid medicine, okay, then shake it properly. Shake it properly when you are going to use it. Shake it properly. Then what happens, that all the mixture of components will be mixed together. Then you are able to take this. I'm trying at my level best, students, to explain you. I hope you will understand and you will study at home this chapter. Now students, time to answer. There are some questions. The process of decantation is followed by the process of sedimentation. Students, here you have to answer in true and false. Let me tell you first question. Okay, is it right? Yes, the decantation is followed by the sedimentation. So here you have to write true. So therefore you have to complete these questions. Like in alum is used for faster settling of soil particles. Yes, this is also true. So these two questions you have to complete. Yes. Now here again an activity to separate mud and water from muddy water by using a filter paper. Students, I had explained you that how we are able to filter the fine particles which is present in water. You will be understood by this image. Okay, now what happening, that muddy water is pouring into another funnel. That funnel is contain what, filter paper. Here is a filter paper. Okay, this is the filter paper. Then drop by drop that water will come at the bottom of another container. So this is the process of what, filtration. Now students, in next video I will tell you the separation of soluble solid substance from liquid. How can remove the soluble substance? Soluble means, for example, in water salt has been dissolved. Then how we are able to obtain that salt which had been dissolved in water? So we will discuss about this separation method in next video. Okay, take care.